Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we got informed by Epic Games that they were making major changes to controller play and aim assist. And it seems like aim assist got a major buff, guys. Some of the best controller players in the world are tweeting out. For example, Ghost Innocent saying, controller players just got buffed. Let's go. And then FaZe Jarvis replying to this with a big fat W. Now, don't worry, guys, we got insight from some of the best players in the world. I reached out to Ghost Issa, Innocence, FaZe Jarvis, and more players, and they all gave me their in-depth thoughts on the changes and whether or not this is going to change the future of Fortnite forever. For example, Innocence believes that controller players are going to take over. Now, outside of this, guys, we're going to be talking about the bots once again. Today, Ninja on stream basically went off with Wildcat about how he thinks the new bots in Fortnite are going to ruin the game. There's going to be more stream snipers, more Smurfs, and overall, it just sucks. This whole entire video is honestly insane, guys. You're going to want to watch till the very end so you can see everything that's coming to the game and what the best and top tier players think about it. Also, guys, it is my birthday, and you already know it doesn't matter if it is my birthday or not. I'm uploading every day, boys. So, you know, wish me a happy birthday by dropping a like on the video. That would be awesome, but let's jump into it now, guys. This is the tweet that Fortnite dropped earlier today that stopped everybody in their tracks. Our upcoming 10.40 update improves aim assist and sensitivity settings for controllers and adds the combine to test your skill. Read the full details here. And then inside this post, guys, this is what it says. With 10.40 comes improvements to both aim assist and aim sensitivity for controllers. We've also got a new playlist called The Combine, where you can test these changes and compete to be the fastest to complete the challenge. Find out all details on these changes and additions below. New controller sensitivity. Controller sensitivity has received a rework and a new options screen has been added. There are now 10 sensitivity presets to choose from, or you can navigate to the advanced settings screen for much deeper customization tools. Find a full list of these options below. And then, as you guys can see, we'll just quickly go through these, but we have advanced look sensitivity with a bunch of options there. Then moving on to the next one, we have advanced aim down sights, ADS sensitivity with a bunch of in-depth stuff. This is actually really crazy. And then you can see another advanced sensitivity option with a bunch of stuff. And I like this. This actually gives controller players a lot more control over their actual gameplay. So it's no longer you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Now you actually have a bunch of options that you can play around with to match your play style. I think this is great for controller players. And then in the next paragraph, they talk about the aim assist changes, guys. Let's jump into those. New controller aim assist. We've implemented a new aim assist system that calculates targets in screen space, which allows a more consistent feel regardless of the target's range. This new system applies different aim assist strengths based on that target's distance from the reticle. Aim assist now tracks multiple targets and will apply assistance based on a weighting algorithm. This will help in situations where new targets can still aim assist away from an existing target already being focused on. We have also removed the ability to use target snapping, aka L2 spam. L2 spam is gone, guys. With these new aim assist improvements, we no longer feel it is necessary to have L2 spam. Lastly, crosshairs now turn red while pointed at an enemy target that is within an effective range, which is any time before damage drop-off is applied. So this is a lot to take in, and also it's really hard to understand if you're not a controller player, which I am not. The main thing I thought was, oh my god, L2 spam is gone, controllers are wrecked. But then I went on Twitter, and as we saw at the beginning of the video, there's players out there like Innocence and Jarvis who clearly think this could be a very good update for all controller players. So I reached out to a lot of these guys in DMs just to get that good insight so we really know what the best of the best think about this. And here's what Innocence said. We can't say if it's a good or bad update yet, because last time they tried patching it, it messed up the quick ADS pop shots of the pump, and it made the pump fight really bad and inconsistent. But overall, the update improves tracking even more, and most of the top controller players don't necessarily L2 spam, so I think it's a win-win in this situation. Controller tracking will be insane once the update drops, in my opinion. So on Twitter in the public, Innocence was really excited about this update, saying it was a buff and it's gonna be great. But in DMs, he was a little more hesitant, mainly because back in, I believe it was like January or February of this year, Epic Games tried to change aim assist and they really messed it up. They had to revert the changes. So Innocence is just a little worried that Epic Games might mess it up again. But overall, looking at all of this, he thinks it's really good for controllers because guess what? He added this in my DMs. I also forgot to mention, I think 4 controller players will be alpha for the squad mode. I think with this update, the meta will be different and a lot more controller players will be placing over mouse and keyboard players. Wow, so this really does show that if this update ends up how Innocence thinks it will, then controller players are going to be unstoppable apparently. But I didn't just reach out to Innocence, I wanted to get other great controller players like Issa from Ghost Gaming. He said this in my DMs. I mean, I don't care if L2 spam gets nerfed, didn't really work anyways, and I never did it. I like the changes, I can't tell if it's good yet, have to test it tomorrow. ADSing with pump might be effed, but overall, good changes. So for the most part, it seems like he does agree with Innocence in the regard that L2, nobody really used it at the top level anyways, it was kind of just a meme, and now that it's gone, doesn't matter because they're bringing these other good updates, and obviously he wants to wait to be able to test the changes because you never know what happens with Epic Games. It could really mess up the pump ADSing like they did before. I also reached out to FaZe Jarvis, and this is what he said in the DMs. Yeah, not sure what I can say as it's not actually out yet, but a buff on aim assist is good, I guess, cause now I can laser even easier than before, so GG. But L2 spam should have gone ages ago. That was definitely very, very broken. So Jarvis actually disagrees with Innocence and Issa about that L2 spam. He's saying that it's very broken and it should have been gone a long time ago, despite the other two saying that they didn't even use it because it didn't matter. But at the top here, Jarvis also says a buff on aim assist is good because now he can laser even easier than before, so GG. So if this update turns out how these guys think it will, controllers and aim assist is going to be unstoppable. Now, I don't know what I personally think because again, I'm not really a controller player, so I don't understand the changes as much as these guys do. So I'm super excited to see where this will take us and what's gonna happen. Be sure to leave a comment down below, guys. Let us know, do you think aim assist got buffed or do you think it got nerfed? And do you think controller players are going to take over Fortnite? Let us know, but now let's move on. Because this isn't the only big update that's coming in the future. The next one is going to change Fortnite forever, and that's bots. Yesterday we covered it in my video that Epic Games has decided going into Season 11 that they are going to add bots into casual game modes. But not only that, in the most recent update coming tomorrow, 10.40, they're also adding balanced matchmaking. So this means bad players will play against bad players, and good players will play against good players. And the way bots work is that they are going to be all over when it comes to the very low matchmaking games with the bad players, but once you get up to the better games with the better players, there's going to be less or no bots at all. And Ninja finally went over this update on his stream with Wildcat, another popular YouTuber, and they did not like it. Ninja specifically thinks that this is going to make stream sniping even worse, and also Smurfs are gonna ruin the game. Let's go ahead and jump into their thoughts.
We will slowly roll this out to all regions across Battle Royale core modes as we test, monitor, and how it performs. We're excited to get this out for everyone to play with, and we'll continue to update the system. We'll update you when it's fully live across all regions to get your feedback.
In the next season, we are adding bots to Fortnite. They will behave similar to normal players and will help provide a better path for players to grow in skill. Bots will work in conjunction with the new matchmaking system, and as your skill improves, you'll face fewer bots.
Bro, I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean, I feel like it's very necessary for the game to like continue, but most people are gonna hate it in terms of like the hardcore player base. But like if you're a new player coming into this game, you can't win. You just can't win. Like they tried to do it with the mechs.
So first things first, you can tell already that Ninja he doesn't feel good about this update. He looks off. And then about 5 minutes later, he started talking about it and he was raising some really good questions. Let's go ahead and jump into those.
So like, let's ask questions. Like, is there a world where we're so high up that we don't get bots in normal matchmaking at all? Like zero?
I don't know.
Are the bots gonna be like tougher?
I don't know what to think.
I don't know what to think either, man. Truly. Like I feel like this it's gonna force. I mean, like I am one of those players where like if I want to put the time in, I could dominate and have a bunch of fun and competitive. But like, isn't this just gonna make it easier for people to stream snipe? If they like are in your category, like you're gonna match against. You have a less and less chance of matching against worse players. So you're gonna be matching.
I'm just curious, like where they pull the stats from, because if it's like your lifetime stats, like that's annoying, because then it's like I cannot do anything to like. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna try and manipulate my stats. I'm not trying to make videos against the sweatiest of the sweaty people all the time. It's just not gonna work. I mean, and I don't take this game super seriously in pubs.
Skill-based matchmaking hasn't that never worked? I don't know, man. I think it's just gonna be a bunch of. I think it's just gonna be a bunch of Smurfs. I think it's gonna be a bunch of good people who are gonna be playing, but like the good players don't always want to play against good players. They're just gonna Smurf and they're gonna keep clapping kids who are in lower. You know, what happens if like one good player matches or squads up with 3 terrible players? Does it even out? Does it just take the highest?
So again, Ninja asked a lot of good questions there at the end. You know, how is it going to work? If you have good players and bad players in your squad, does it grab the average or does it grab the highest or the lowest? Because that's going to be very important when it comes to playing squads with bots. And then also talking about stream sniping, it's going to be super easy for good players, which most stream snipers are pretty good players because they want to get a kill on a big name. They're going to be able to get in your game a lot easier than before. And then the smurfing situation, which I seen a lot of you guys talk about in the comments on my video yesterday. Smurfing might be a huge issue, and Wildcat said it himself. He literally admitted he is going to manipulate the system and smurf in order to play against bad players to make videos, and I guarantee you so many other players are going to do that, either for videos, for streams, or just for fun to dominate bad players. So a lot of good questions have been raised about the bots, and it's got me thinking for sure. I don't know if this is a good update or a bad update. It's definitely in the air because, like I said yesterday, maybe this does reduce the craziness of items that Epic Games adds into the game, like the Max, Infinity Blade, stuff like that. I don't know, guys. It's a really interesting update, and again, I would love to know what you think about it. Leave a comment down below. But that is going to be the end of the video, guys. If you do enjoy my content, do me a quick favor, drop a like on it. Really, every like really helps me, guys. So if you can and you do enjoy it, don't forget to slap that like on it. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you all so much. I'm out of here. Peace.